Hey guys, before we get started with today's episode, I just want to say thanks again for listening to the Self Storage Show. And as a special thank you, I put together a really cool, unique challenge for those in the self storage industry. Rather than me having going on about it, just go to this domain and check it out. It's theselfstoragechallenge.com. So the big question is this: how are those in the self storage industry like us going to be successful in today's market? That's the question, and this show will give you the answers. My name is Jim Ross, and welcome to the Self-Storage Show. Hi everyone, this is Jim Ross from the Self-Storage Show, and today's episode we're going to continue the speaker series highlight here for the upcoming ISS World Expo in Vegas in first week of April. We got Kevin Edwards joining us today. How's it going, Kevin?
Pretty good. How are you?
Good, good. Thanks for taking a little bit of time out of your busy day to talk to me here.
Not a problem.
Anyway, so kind of just first off, kind of tell me about yourself.
After 30 years in the restaurant business, realized that getting home at midnight probably wasn't for me anymore. So getting into an industry where I could still make people happy and make a difference really appealed to me. So doing this now is probably one of the best moves I've ever made in my life.
Nice. So what is your role in storage?
Property management, obviously, answering phones, collecting rent, renting units, but also take care of the on-site maintenance and the property upkeep, safety issues, maintenance issues, curb appeal, marketing, advertising, pretty much everything that a person would have to do in order to make the business better and grow.
You wear a lot of hats, is what you're saying.
Yes.
There's been a common theme when I've been talking with speakers and just talking to people in this industry in general is manager. That role has changed tremendously over the years.
Definitely. Yeah, we're not. It's not a single role title. There's definitely a lot of things that you have to do. If you need to change a light bulb, you change a light bulb. If you have to fix a door, you fix a door. You don't contract anything out unless it's way above your skill set.
Yeah.
If you're not comfortable doing it, that's when you pay someone. If you think you can do it, give it a shot. If you screw it up, then you have to pay more to get it done. But at least you get it done to make a difference for your tenants and for the public.
Yeah, well, that kind of leads us to what you're talking about here at the ISS show is, site maintenance, safety issues, that kind of thing. So
exactly.
Anyway, I want to kind of give people a little sneak peek into your upcoming presentation here. So, kind of tell me a little bit about that.
What we've been asked to talk about is, site safety and site maintenance and how it relates to safety, and also how it's a marketable asset when it comes to the curb appeal issue. And what we've been saying since we started here. My wife's been here for 5 years. I've been here for 3. Curb appeal is not just how you look from the street. It's how you look from all directions, be it your web presence, be it your Facebook, be it satellite picture. The things that customers say about you, that falls into the curb appeal of your property. And when being having your stuff here, you have this assumption of being safe and being protected, and that's what we try to do, and we're 99.9% successful with that. And as far as keeping our tenants safe and keeping vendors and contractors safe when they're here as well, that falls under our purview. So
yeah.
That's,
and it's you get your hands dirty. I mean, you gotta tell me a little bit. What were you doing this morning? We were talking this morning to get this call set up. You gotta tell me what you were doing.
We had some last week. We had some very strong winds come through. I was flying solo for a while for a few days, and we had some strong windstorms come through. Yeah. So we have a lot of pine trees, and it's autumn here in South Carolina. We really don't have a winter per se, even though it did snow last January for about a day.
I just shoveled today, so shut it.
Gutters and downspouts are just packed with leaves and pine straw. So I was up there for 5 or 6 hours yesterday and a few hours this morning, just getting them blown out so we don't get water backing up and then infiltrating the buildings or backing up onto the roofs, causing roof leaks.
Yeah, I mean, you got to get
Yeah,
ahead of that kind of stuff.
exactly.
You,
Yeah,
you see too many sites where I'll like do an audit or things like that, and the very first thing I do before I start looking at the financials, before I start looking at the operations, I do a walkthrough of the site itself just to see what
Mhm.
kind of maintenance and upkeep that
Yeah,
place has.
yeah,
And yeah, if you don't do stuff like what you just did the last couple of days and get ahead of that, yeah,
yeah,
you're gonna start getting leaks and you're gonna start getting overflow, and then you're dealing with the customer issues, and that rolls into angry
exactly,
customers and move outs, and
exactly.
it's
Yeah, it's 2 steps forward, 3 steps back, especially
yeah.
with maintenance. I mean, no one notices what you're doing until you stop doing it.
Yep.
And that's, so many places we go to, even if it's not a storage facility, it could be a shopping mall parking lot. If there's trash and stuff and, water bottles and gum wrappers and whatever in the parking lot, that tells me they don't care.
Yep.
And that's the last thing I want to do to my property is to put a big sign in front of the thoroughfare in front of our property is I don't care. I don't want that sign out there ever.
Yep. Well, it's the first impression.
Exactly.
I mean, you get the phone call and great, you can sell it all you want on the phone call and get people to come down to your site, but as soon as they open that car door and look at your site and start walking towards the office, yeah, that can scare some people away. It does. I've known you go to different sites and you secret shop other competitors and things like that. You can definitely tell if they. It comes down to if they care or not. Is really what I think it boils down to.
Exactly. Yeah. It really comes down to, the first person they look at is us. It's going to be me. It's going to be my wife. And there's no one else that they see here other than us. So if something's not right, we're the ones they're going to look at. And I don't want that reputation. I don't want my owners or my investors to have that reputation either.
Well, that's good. It shows you respect and have a passion for what you do. That's
Yeah.
hard to find sometimes. And quite honestly, it is. So that you actually care, and
Yeah.
that feeds into taking care of the property. That's great.
Mhm.
I'm sure you're going to get into this when you're doing in your presentation, but do you keep a schedule, a regular routine, or do you just do it when things pop
We
up?
do. We do. We have about every month I'll make a list for myself. Usually on a day off, I'll sit on the couch and watch Star Trek reruns, and I'll yeah, nerd.
Fair.
We'll
You
make a
said it.
list of things I want to do on the property, and we also have a daily, a weekly, a monthly, and a yearly checklist that we have on file. And we'll print those off. And every day we have a set amount of tasks to do. And every week we have those tasks. And every month we have tasks to do. And there used to be 3 of us here. Now there's just the 2 of us. And we would initial and date when we did those things. So there's no loss of communication.
None of this going on. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's not who did this? When did this get done? Why hasn't this been? We know because we have it in writing. And we send those to our home office.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious on that. Like for that kind of communication, what do you do as far as communicating that to the office? Is it all paper trail? Is it like an email type of a thing?
It's paper trail, it's email, it's we send photographs to our owners and investors about issues we may have. If there's any major problems, we do have some emails. We do. They'll stop by a couple times a year.
Yeah.
We see our president and vice president and the director of operations. They'll stop by a couple times a year, and they'll just have a chat real quick, and we'll walk them around and show them what's going wrong, what's going right, and they're very receptive to. Don't tell us what we want to hear. Tell us what we need to hear.
Yeah. Yep.
And that is what we really appreciate about our owners is that don't sugarcoat it. Give us the crap. Tell us what's going on.
And it's right. It always comes out the common theme. I don't care if we're talking about site maintenance or safety or revenue management or training or operations. It comes down to communication. That's solves so much
Exactly.
of
Yeah.
all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
This is from my own insight when I just started doing this software for my maintenance for things. You have to check it out later. It's called Trello. It's TRELLO.com.
I'm going to write that down.
Dude,
Okay.
It is fantastic.
Rello.
Yeah, it's a great way
Okay.
for to do, doing, done kind of maintenance
Okay.
lists. You can take pictures and talk all about it. It's a great tool. So
Neat. Okay.
little side action there for you. Check it out. So
Kind of
yeah,
like time management stuff.
it's more of a task management kind of stuff.
Ah.
So it's pretty cool. Certainly
So other than my brain, this will come in very handy.
yep. So
Okay.
there's my 2 cents. So yeah. So anything
Got
else you want to kind of talk a little bit about before people actually come to your presentation and hear the whole thing?
Okay. I'll definitely throw that in the mix because I don't know if we can. I think one of the guidelines was we can't advertise product, but I'm sure I could say rhymes with Jello, and they'll know what I'm talking about.
It's more about self promotion type of a thing. So
Aha.
that's what that's the line. So have you given presentations before?
No.
Really? Sweet.
Uh,
Oh, congrats. That's awesome. You're doing your
yeah, the
first
last
one.
time I was up in front of a bunch of people, it was in sixth grade, and we were doing a presentation of Romeo and Juliet, and I was the first person to die.
Well, don't die this time. So
No,
that was a good warm up then. No,
I was one of the Capulets that got stabbed. Yeah.
no, it's great. It's just it's providing value, getting up in front of everyone is giving value. So, is there anything else you would like to talk about to kind of whet the appetite for people to come see you at this upcoming show?
Probably, I would think the practical side of what we're doing, just common sense when it comes to safety, and also the marketability of that. Your reputation is key when it comes to growing your business and growing your revenue and protecting your bottom line.
Yep. And just for my own personal sakes, because I'm going to be in the audience too. I love that.
Awesome.
Other than the fact that you're manager at the site, you're actually the one doing this. It's
Hmm.
not someone else that's saying sounds like a good idea and going through a checklist or reading some article that they read. It happens. No, you're doing it. That's fantastic, and
Well, that's
be able to convey that and show it almost like a case study of what you're doing at your site to make the needle move, to making it more safe and have a fantastic first impression. I think that's very very valuable for the attendees. So yeah,
I appreciate that. Thank you. That's probably why they asked us to talk. I mean,
yeah,
Donna's written how many articles? Seven?
I think seven.
Seven articles
sweet.
for ISS. I've written three, and this is Donna.
Hi.
Hello. Um, I've done three, and for some reason they keep coming to me about the safety thing.
Great.
And probably from 30 years in restaurants worth wearing steel-toed non-slip shoes and being cautious around boiling hot things. I don't like falling off roofs either. So
Great. Well,
just that aspect.
no, and it's one of those topics that hey, they may not be the sexiest type of a thing, but it's a necessary topic. It's something to really utilize at your own storage facility. So yeah, go check out Kevin when you're at the ISS show here in April.
Yay!
All right. Well, thanks again, Kevin, for taking the time.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
All right. Go out there and go get dirty.
Yeah.
All right. Take care.
Okay. Bye-bye.
See you. Bye.